Welcome to Chasing Curiosity TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The news flashed across financial terminals from Singapore to New York, sending a jolt through the world of emerging markets. It was a headline few saw coming, a development that reshapes the economic map of Southeast Asia. The Philippines, long dubbed the sick man of Asia, has just achieved a monumental milestone. In a stunning turn of events, the archipelago nation has officially surpassed Thailand in a key measure of national wealth. This is not just a statistical blip, it is a seismic shift. It signals the awakening of a nation of 115 million people, a dynamic and youthful country finally translating its immense potential into tangible economic power. Investors are recalibrating their strategies, the old narratives are crumbling. For decades, the nation grappled with cycles of boom and bust, political instability, and the constant drain of its best and brightest to foreign shores. Yet that very diaspora has become the bedrock of its newfound strength. The narrative of brain drain is being rewritten into a story of global integration and financial empowerment. The Philippines is no longer just a participant in the global economy. It is actively shaping its own destiny, leveraging its human capital in ways previously unimaginable. The implications of this development are profound, not just for the Philippines but for the entire association of Southeast Asian nations. Today, the country's service-driven economy is its greatest advantage, fueled by the skills, dedication, and global reach of its people. The challenges remain, infrastructure gaps, inequality, and governance issues are real, but the momentum is undeniable. A new chapter is being written, one where the Philippines steps out of the shadows and claims its rightful place as a leading force in Asia's most dynamic region. The data from the World Bank for the fiscal year ending 2024 sent shockwaves through the region's economic circles. The Philippines' gross national income surged to an estimated $439 billion, edging past Thailand's $435 billion. For the first time in modern history, the Philippines eclipsed its long-standing rival in this crucial metric of economic strength. Thailand, a manufacturing titan, had been overtaken. For decades, Thailand's economy was considered more advanced. The Philippines, by contrast, was often seen as lagging, struggling to build a comparable manufacturing base. The fact that the Philippines could surpass Thailand without following the same industrial playbook is what makes this so significant. The Philippine model, reliant on human capital exports and digital services, has proven incredibly resilient. Its growth drivers are less susceptible to the volatility of global trade in physical goods. This unique economic structure has provided a powerful buffer, allowing the nation to maintain momentum while others have faltered. The Philippines is now firmly in the top tier of ASEAN economies, competing directly with manufacturing powerhouses like Malaysia and Vietnam. Its arrival is announced not with the roar of factories, but with the quiet, consistent, and powerful hum of its globally connected populace. To grasp this milestone, you need to understand the difference between GDP and GNI. GDP measures the value of goods and services produced within a country's borders. GNI, however, adds income from citizens working abroad and subtracts income paid to foreigners. For most countries, the difference is small. For the Philippines, it's massive. In 2024, GNI reached $439 billion, while GDP was closer to $405 billion. That $34 billion gap is powered by the vast Filipino diaspora. Most ASEAN nations see little difference between GDP and GNI, but the Philippines is a net importer of income thanks to its people. This GNI-GDP differential is the core of the Philippine economic story. The country's economic territory extends to every corner of the globe where a Filipino is earning and sending money home. This global network acts as a decentralized economic engine, constantly pumping foreign currency into the domestic economy. It's this unique feature that has allowed the Philippines to leapfrog a manufacturing-heavy economy like Thailand. The primary driver behind the Philippines' soaring GNI is the immense and ever-growing flow of remittances from overseas Filipino workers. In 2024, personal remittances from OFWs exceeded $38 billion, nearly 10% of the country's GDP. This steady infusion of cash is a defining feature of the Philippine economy, providing stability and growth even during global crises. Remittances are the lifeblood for millions of families, covering essentials like food, housing, education, and healthcare. Over 10 million Filipinos work in more than 100 countries, creating a diversified portfolio of income sources. If one region's economy slows, another's may be booming, ensuring the overall flow remains stable. The government calls OFWs Bagong Bayani, or new heroes, for their immense contribution. Remittances boost foreign exchange reserves, stabilize the peso, and fuel domestic consumption. The OFW is the ultimate consumer, investor, and patriot, all rolled into one. Remittances come from every continent, reflecting the global reach of the Filipino diaspora. The United States is the top source, accounting for over 40% of all remittances, driven by a large, professional Filipino-American community. The Middle East is another critical hub, with countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE employing vast numbers of Filipino workers. Asia, especially Singapore, Japan, and Hong Kong, also contributes significantly, as do European countries like the UK and Italy. The Philippines ranks among the world's top remittance-receiving countries, but the impact on its economy is especially profound. This reliance on remittances is a double-edged sword, but for now, it's a powerful engine of growth. The government actively manages labor export policy, ensuring worker protection and smooth remittance flows. This global distribution provides a natural hedge against regional downturns. The world is their workplace, and their homeland is the ultimate beneficiary. Remittances create ripple effects that fuel a virtuous cycle of consumption, investment, and growth. Families receiving funds from abroad have higher disposable incomes, driving demand for goods and services and supporting local businesses. Education is a top priority. OFW funds send millions of children to school, building a more skilled workforce. Healthcare spending improves quality of life and eases pressure on public systems. Real estate is another major destination for remittances, fueling a construction boom and supporting jobs. Many OFWs invest in homes, creating assets and financial stability for their families. Increasingly, remittances fund small businesses, transforming OFWs into job creators. These enterprises range from convenience stores to transportation services, amplifying grassroots economic development. OFWs are leveraging global experience and capital to become engines of local growth. Beyond remittances, the information technology and business process outsourcing sector is accelerating Philippine growth. The IT BPO industry has become the country's second-largest source of foreign exchange, rivaling India on the global stage. It provides services from customer support to software development, powered by a young, English-proficient workforce. In 2024, the sector generated over $35 billion and employed more than 1.7 million Filipinos. These high-quality jobs are expanding the middle class and boosting domestic demand. The industry is spreading beyond Metro Manila, creating new urban hubs. IT BPO is moving up the value chain, embracing knowledge process, outsourcing, and new technologies. The Philippines is positioning itself as a central hub for global digital services. The Philippines is now targeting new frontiers, semiconductors, and green energy. The country is moving up the semiconductor value chain, attracting major investments from the US and Japan. This will create high-skilled jobs and integrate the Philippines deeper into the global tech ecosystem. Simultaneously, the nation is pushing into renewable energy, solar, wind, and geothermal, where it's already a leader. The government is exploring nuclear power with international partners to secure clean, reliable energy. These investments promise a more diversified, resilient economy, less reliant on remittances and BPO. Building up its industrial and technological base will create more high-quality jobs at home. The Philippines is actively building a more prosperous and sustainable future. The Philippines stands at a historic inflection point. Surpassing Thailand's GNI signals a fundamental realignment in the region. The archipelago is now an awakened force, ready to lead Southeast Asia's next wave of growth. International analysts project the Philippines will become a trillion-dollar economy by the early 2030s. By 2050, it could rank among the world's top 20 economies. This future will be built on remittances, BPO, and new investments in high-tech and green energy. The challenge is to translate growth into inclusive development, investing in infrastructure, reducing inequality, and strengthening governance. The sick man of Asia narrative is history. The Philippines is writing a new playbook, leveraging its greatest asset, its people. Its dawn is here, and the world is watching as this vibrant nation rises to meet its destiny.